We'll go ahead and get started with the rest of the program tonight. We've got one more act for you, and while you're taking your seats, we'll remind you that there's music all day tomorrow and all day Sunday starting at 10 a.m. Down on the festival grounds there, so come on out and join us. And while we're at it, we want to take a second to acknowledge our sponsors again of tonight's show. So please give a big round of applause for the MECC Foundation and for Old Dominion Power, who helped sponsor tonight. And our partner organization for tonight is ProArt, as mentioned at the top of the show. If you haven't stepped outside and visited with them, they have a table just outside the door. You can sign up for their mailing list. They have a wonderful season each and every year of shows all across Southwest Virginia, Wisely, and Dickinson County. So please join their mailing list. Talk to them about all the great opportunities there are to experience the arts here in Southwest Virginia. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce our headlining act here, sponsored by ProArt tonight. I'm so fortunate to call both of these folks friends. I've been coming to Home Craft Days ever since I was a little bitty baby. I found out I started coming when I was a newborn. Mom told me they came the very first year I was born. So I like to say that I've been here my whole life, which is not that long, but it feels long to me. And when I was a teenager starting to play banjo, our dear friend Suella Boatwright Wells, who really guided this festival for many years here, one of the very first people that she ever introduced me to was Joe Newberry and his banjo playing, and he's always been an inspiration to me, and I'm so fortunate to call him a friend. And over the last couple of years, I've spent some time with him and also with April, teaching at camps and hanging out at festivals and conferences and so on. They love to travel the world and play halls big and small, and they love performing here at Mountain Empire Community College. Please make them welcome Joe Newberry and April Verch.
Thank you. Well, we are thrilled to be here. We have some friends that we've reunited with, and the beautiful thing about this music is you immediately have new friends wherever you go, and we just feel so welcome. So thank you for having us here. Hasn't it been a great night and a great kickoff to the festival?
I have a question for you. How is everybody doing tonight? That would be April Verch. I'm honored to play with her. We're going to play some tunes. We'll sing, we'll play, we'll dance the best we can. And if you like us, talk about us. And if you don't, you just keep your mouth shut. We'll play a little bit of Arkansas Travel. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. I tell you what, there's not many times you can say this and mean it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the one and only April Verge right there. Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Joe Newberry on the
Oh,
banjo
thank you,
there.
everybody. When April and I got together and started playing music together, it's been about 8 years now. And we had a friend, a mutual friend, and she was just dying for us to play together. I don't know why, but I would get a call from our friend Janet, and Janet would say, "You really need to play with April." And at the same time, April was getting a call from Janet, "You really need to play with Joe." So we got together basically just to shut her up. But it worked really good, and we had a good time. And we decided to blend the two different places we're from. I'm from the Ozarks originally.
And I'm from Pembroke, Ontario, in the Ottawa Valley. And Joe lives in Raleigh these days. And my husband and I just moved to Onega, Kansas. And so we love carrying the traditions that we grew up with us wherever we go. And sometimes we pick up new ones along the way, but we have a great deal of fun kind of combining our roots and some of the things that we love the most. So we're going to pair up a tune and a ballad, actually, in this next medley. And we're going to start with one that I learned from one of my old-time American fiddle mentors, Jerry Carell from Elk Creek, Virginia. And Jerry was the first old-time fiddler from the States to sort of take me under his wing and tell me it was okay for me as a Canadian gal to play some of those tunes. And he loves to send me old field recordings and collections, and he has great taste in tunes. And so he turned me on to this first tune that we're going to play called Pride of America.
And we'll follow it up with a song that started in the British Isles. It made its way to the Appalachians, and then it made its way all the way out to my people in Arkansas. And I love a lot of different versions. This is sort of a version that my family used to sing, but there's some bits of it from Madison County, North Carolina. We're thinking about all of our friends in Madison County. They've had a hard road. So in Madison County, they call murder ballads love songs. So we'll follow up Pride of America with a good old-fashioned love song. Polly, come go along with me. Polly, Polly, come go along with me. Before we get married, some pleasure to see. He led her over the hills, valleys so deep. Led her over hills, valleys so deep. Cause this fair maid to beg to weep. Willie, Willie, I'm afraid of your ways. Willie, Willie, I'm afraid of your ways. I fear that you're leading my body astray. Polly, Polly, you guessed just right. Polly, Polly, you guessed just right. I dug on your grave the better part of last night. Play it again. She looked over his shoulder, what did she spy? Looked over his shoulder, what did she spy? Fresh dug grave with a spade lying by. She threw her arms around him, not suffering no fear. Threw her arms around him, not suffering no fear. How can you kill a poor girl? She's loved you so dear. She stabbed him in the heart, his heart blood did flow. She stabbed him in his heart blood did flow. Into the tune, old Willie did roll. She kicked some dirt over him, turned to go home. Kicked some dirt over him, turned to go home. Nothing but the wild birds to weep, to moan. Oh, Polly, Polly, come go along with me. Polly, Polly, come go along with me. Before we get married, some pleasure to see. Oh, thank you. You know, I have 5 daughters, and I was about tired of all these songs about, I love you so much, I'm going to take you out into the woods and kill you. So we decided to turn it around down in Dahlonega, Georgia. We were doing a show, and we sang that verse about her turning the knife on him, and I mean, women got up and stood on their chairs, and they went, yeah! So men's, look out.
Well, I love Pretty Polly, but I think it's time for an honest-to-goodness love song. And we're going to do one that Joe co-wrote. Actually, he co-wrote it with the great Cy Khan. And it ended up being the title track to our first recording together. And I won't say that I have a favorite song that Joe has written, but this is definitely in the top 5. And I think partly it's because it's about home, which is something that we both talk a lot about and feel like we carry with us wherever we go because of our music. And it's the first thing that we ever played together. When we met to rehearse for the first time, Joe had just finished writing this, and so when he pulled out his guitar, it's what came out. So it holds a lot of great memories for me.
Well, thank you, April Virch. I played for many years with Jim Watson, Bill Hicks, Mike Craver of the original Red Clay Ramblers. And so Cy would, and we loved coming to Mountain Empire, and God bless Suella Boatwright for everything. But Cy liked my songs. I would do original songs in that group. And I get this email sort of out of the blue. It's like, Dear Joe, Cy Khan here. You want to come to Charlotte and write with me? And I think by the time I hit send, I was at his front door. And this is not an exaggeration. I knocked on the door. He flung the door. He didn't open the door. He flung the door open. And he said, "Here's a chorus. Write some verses." And so I did. I've wandered far away from friends and everything I knew. I left my home, I left my kin. Sadder yet, I left you. I'm going home, I'm going home. I have been away too long. I'm going home, I'm going home. Did you miss me while I was gone? Did you miss me while I was gone? This hard old world beat me down till I was black and blue. The music gone, no more the sound, nothing left I found true. I'm going home, I'm going home. I have been away too long. I'm going home, I'm going home. Did you miss me while I was gone? Did you miss me while I was gone? As I lay down in some old barn, I dreamed a dream last night of you. You said you'd keep me from all harm if one favor I would do. You said,
Come on home, come on home. You have been away too long. Come on home, come on home. I have missed you while you were gone. I have missed you while you were gone.
did you miss me while I was gone? Did you miss me while I was gone? Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we're going to play a medley of two tunes. We call this the Foxes. We're going to start with the Red Fox Waltz and go into one called Red Fox, because how can you not put those two tunes together?
It's science.
And, you know, once in a while, we hit upon a tune that we both grew up with, and we both kind of thought it was from our tradition, if you know what I mean. And then we don't dig far enough back to find out who's really right. We just embrace it and play it together and enjoy it. But the Red Fox Waltz, for me growing up, was an old record that my dad had of one of our great Canadian fiddle legends by the name of Don Messer. And he recorded this, and he had a radio and a television show and was popular across the nation and played just a beautiful version of the Red Fox Waltz that I remember.
And I moved from southern Missouri up to the center of the state when I was 14, and I was at the Boone County Fair. I was 15 years old, and there was music in my family, but more singing and dancing. There was fiddlers way back. But anyway, I was at the fair doing all the things that a 15-year-old does at the fair, eating way too much cotton candy, sort of the tilt-a-whirl, as many times as I could do. And I was walking down the midway, and I heard fiddle music, and literally pivoted. And I walked into the tent where the Boone County Fiddle Contest was happening, and into my future. There on stage were all my future heroes right there playing. Pete McMahon and Gene Wells and Jake Hockeymeyer and Taylor McBain. And Taylor McBain's version of Red Fox Waltz is the one that I grew up playing. I will say that April Virch's version of Red Fox Waltz ranks right up with Taylor's for me. So Taylor loved minor chords. He called minor chords $10 chords. And so, but this tune works good if you just play D, A, and G. Do we have any guitar players in the audience? Guitar owners? So we'll play it just D, A, and G, and then we'll put in a couple of $10 chords for Taylor.
to sing another one of Joe's original songs. This one actually started out in our holiday show. We do a holiday cheer tour every November and December, and it's always one of our highlights, touring around together. And eventually we decided that this song is not just a holiday song, it's a song about love. And so now we just sing it whenever we feel like it.
You're right.
And we're in